You think you're too good for Naja.
No, I don't. Please, I don't.
Then why did you say she couldn't keep a man happy?
I didn't say that. I didn't.
But you did.
Are you a true fan of Swarm? Do you think you caught every detail in Season 1? Well, think again. We've compiled a list of the top 5 nuggets from Season 1 that you probably didn't even notice. Get ready to have your mind blown and your theories shattered as we reveal the hidden secrets of your favorite show. But be warned, you might want to sit down for this. Number 5. Opening shot. The very first line of the show states that this is not a work of fiction. The new series Swarm on Amazon Prime Video goes ahead to display this disclaimer at the beginning of each episode, also adding that any likeness to genuine individuals, alive or dead, or actual events is deliberate. It is extremely clear from a distance which the renowned celebrity is that the main character Dre, Dominique Fishback, looks up to since Nyjah is married to a rapper. She has a devoted fanbase that is referred to as the Swarm, and she has a well-developed style. Nyjah is essentially a disguised version of Beyoncé. The series focuses less on Beyoncé's career and more on the interaction between Dre and her sister Marissa, singer Chloe Bailey, and how Dre reacts to a severe blow, despite the fact that multiple sequences were blatantly ripped from well-known news. Swarm made its premiere on Prime Video on March 16th and was developed by multi-hyphenate Donald Glover of Atlanta and Community together with respected writer Janine Neighbors. Number 4. Shocking details at the end. Dre may have hallucinated everything. In June 2018, when we first met Dre, she had dramatically changed physically from how we had previously known her. She had drastically shortened her hair, was dressed in entirely different attire, and went by the name Tony.
What's your name?
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
This might have occurred due to the police having her number from the last episode, thanks to Detective Green's monitoring of her and their discovery and obstruction of the contents of her car.
When we found the car, we took photos. It was stolen from out of state.
She was, therefore, fully aware that the police were close behind. I was initially quite astonished to learn that she began dating a student named Rashida because one of the things Rashida mentioned was that she detested Nyjah.
I didn't tell you.
It's my favorite girl.
You're not joking?
Nope, in the whole world. It's my favorite singer.
If this had been enough, she would have been slain a few episodes ago. In the guise of the obsessive extreme fan club Nyjah and the Swarm, Dre has been traveling the nation and killing people. I initially believed that Dre didn't appear furious upon hearing the phrase signaled a turning point for the character. But given that Dre kept buying new cars whenever the police seized her old ones,
you got another car. It's like your 3rd car in a month, huh?
I guess I'm picky.
we know that she hadn't stopped the killing. She still had that side then. As the final episode progressed, we observed that what happened at the beginning was repeated near the finish when she bought the tickets with no money. However, we witnessed it being done with her girlfriend rather than her sister, who had passed away. Dre, who was obnoxious, purchased the tickets as a means to express her love for Rashida. Rashida, however, responded in a furious manner and declared that she didn't like Nyjah at all. This was the decisive moment, and Dre decided to murder the person she had loved beyond all others at the time.
Stop!
The concert tickets she received were inside the jacket when she burned the evidence, so she had to find another method to enter the show, which she did manage to do. She only managed to get on stage once she was already inside near the finish, but Nyjah told the security to stop as they drew near and as she was being led out.
Stop!
As she approached, Marissa's face was on Nyjah's torso, indicating that Dre was witnessing Marissa at that precise moment, a moment she had been daydreaming about for years. The main theory explains what occurred at this particular time. According to this theory, Dre was the only one experiencing the events. They didn't truly take place. We observed that Dre was susceptible to hallucinations when she pretended to be speaking to Marissa on the phone and when she was consuming the snack at the after-party. So, we are aware of this. She ultimately bit into Nyjah's face.
Well, did you just fight Nyjah?
demonstrating that her mental stability, which is meant to keep her aware of what is happening in the outside world, was truly in doubt. Therefore, it's possible that she was removed by security, or that she never ever entered the court, or that she never ever entered the concert that was taking place. She could have been simply sitting there holding Rashida. If you give it some thought, you could find it odd if the performer escorted a fan to their limo after the show. Therefore, I believe there is merit to the argument that this is all in her mind. Number 3. Why Dre saw her sister when she met Nyjah. When Dre met Nyjah at the concert, she was able to see Marissa's expression because this was the experience she had always wanted to share with her sister. It shows she also never recovered from her death. They had promised to meet Nyjah together one day.
Who?
Nyjah.
Nyjah? Who knows? We have to meet him one day. Promise me.
But as she was dying, she was obviously unable to do so. So, when Dre finally saw her hero, Marissa, it was clear that she saw them as equals and two heroes in her eyes. Marissa was the one for whom she had such high regard and had even threatened to kill herself. Number 2. Cameos. Billie Eilish debut. The television program Swarm also marked Billie Eilish's acting debut. She seemed to be there only briefly, but I thought she did a fantastic job. She exposed Dre after using one of her names. She unfortunately died at Dre's hands, which was extremely cruel considering all she wanted to do was assist. The way the show showed Dre's membership in a group with strong ideas and how she naturally fought them, echoing her own fascination with the Nyjah group, albeit to a much smaller amount, struck me as interesting. Although one could say that Marissa's passing caused Dre to go in that direction, her devotion was evident from the beginning. Number 1. Dre's obsession with food. Janine Neighbors, the founder of Swarm, has spoken candidly about Dr. Dre's relationship with food and the significance of the viral pie scene. Dre commits her first murder in the first episode of Swarm. Dre kills Khalid, Marissa's philandering boyfriend, as retaliation of her sister's suicide. Dre is then seen eating a pie with blood-stained fingers while dripping with blood. Every time Dre commits a murder in the episode, she continues to eat. The dark food fetish that Dre has puts her in a long line of actual serial killers, according to Janine Neighbors. When asked about the significance of Dre's pie scene by Variety, Janine responded, "There's usually some bizarre staple that they have when you look at serial killers in history. They are fairly certain that Dahmer, who worked in a chocolate factory, disposed of their remains in the confection. People's homes would be broken into by the Night Stalker, who would search through their freezers." Janine went on to say, "We chatted a lot about food. What's a humorous, odd, ugly way to depict her relationship to something that's intense and perhaps funny? It was food. Dominique approached it with a lot of effort and energy since she is such a meticulous performer in her diet and is so fussy." So, what do you think about this show? And what's your take on the character Dre? Please let us know in the comment section below. Until the next one, peace!